All right. Welcome back, everyone, to the channel. Episode 91 of the podcast. I can't believe we've made it that far, even though I feel like last year and then more of this year, we've been more semi consistent with at least doing it before shows and stuff.
Yeah.
I like to try to get two in a month, but if we don't, we don't because time, work wise, life wise, it is super tough to do that. But I want to welcome in my co-host, my great co-host Felix. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing all right. Very, very tired from work. So yeah, literally, like as soon as this is over, I'm gonna get another nap in before work because yeah, I'm just work has really worn me out the last couple of weeks, and as you know, I've been recovering from an illness as well. So yeah, just been a crazy couple of weeks, but apart from that, I'm okay. How about you?
Uh, yeah. Well, I mean, we were talking off the stream and everything. Yeah. I think sickness is going around a lot because you got allergies, you got this, you got pollen, you got especially here in the states. I don't know how it is in the UK, but I'm sure it's about the same. It's just like this time of the year, it's like when it rains, it's like all the damn pollen is coming off the tree. It's like a dust of yellow, and so
See,
with that
like
and everything.
like for me, I wouldn't say mine is pollen related because I don't get hay fever. Like I, that's something I notice I never really deal with. I never really deal with hay fever, so I don't think it's anything like that. I think what I have noticed is that no matter how seasons change, like whether it gets hotter or colder, whenever seasons change, my immune system is always at its weakest. Whenever at the point when seasons change, so like when winter goes to spring and spring goes to summer and summer goes to autumn, autumn goes to winter, that's when my immune system is just like, yeah, you get about a 50-50, maybe 75% chance you get sick. It's just like, ah, cheers. Appreciate that.
Yeah, 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 that kind of. I'm kind of like that, but not all the way. I am kind of like that. It really sometimes it might not hit me as soon. What a creature! I don't know what the hell that means, Bob. I mean, look, you got the most common name of anyone in the U.S., Bob. Pretty basic. I can smell the guy on the right. Well, that hey, you know what? That ain't me. You know that ain't me. He can say something to you about it. I'm in a very I am in a very good mood to just say whatever I want to say today. So that might not be the best of things, but Bob Bob is a common name. You didn't even spell common right. Come on now. No, I don't. I'm not really that old. Sorry to disappoint people. But um anyone that's came into the podcast, this live stream, appreciate you. If you can hit that like button, I do appreciate that. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you can. Recently I've been putting up a lot of shorts. Educated. Shut up. Um, I've been putting up a lot of shorts, and I've seen a lot of people subscribe from that. So appreciate you from doing that. Didn't know YouTube Shorts made a lot of people subscribe off just of that, but pretty good. Oh yeah, you're better than me. Hold on.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Yeah. I like to do the timeout a little bit more crazier when it comes to people like that.
Yeah, yeah, wow, yeah. For 600 seconds? Nah, motherfucker, 86K seconds. There you go.
Um, but we're here to talk about Backlash. I don't
Indeed.
know. I don't know if you've heard Down hasn't say Backlash so many times on segments and everything, but um
I've seen a meme from Danhausen. You know, the clip of when old school wrestlers like
Yes.
just continuously said backlash, and then Danhausen just like just throughout it just does his own backlash, but not once, does it like throughout the entire thing. It's fucking brilliant. It's hilarious. Um, but
Hello.
yeah.
Welcome to the stream.
In fact, actually, before we go on to backlash, I never actually got to speak about WrestleMania and say my thoughts
Oh
on
yeah,
Mania
yeah,
because
yeah.
obviously the last podcast was the Mania
Predict.
preview.
Yeah, it was the Mania prediction. So go ahead. You have the floor to talk about WrestleMania, and then I'll chime in and say my 2 cents real quick, and then we're gonna talk. We're gonna
Who
talk
you go
about that.
winning?
We're gonna talk about that later. Y'all look like a before and after product that doesn't work, and you know what you look like. I don't really have a comeback, but I do have this type of comeback.
Uh
Oh, I did the wrong
oh,
person. Oh
you did the
shit.
wrong one. You did the
Oh,
wrong one.
oh shit.
Oops.
Oh my gosh. Ha ha ha. Damn. My apologies for doing that. Oh shit. Hold on, can I reverse that? uh well, slow. I apologize if that 10 seconds doesn't go. Hopefully, it goes to just 10.
Overwrite it. Yeah.
Hopefully,
Yeah,
uh,
anyway.
fucked up.
Uh
But go ahead. My
yeah. Yeah, WrestleMania. Yeah, night one was dreadful. I'm just gonna put it right out there. Night one was horrendous. Yeah, okay, yeah. The 10 seconds are overrided there. Who's your favorite WWE wrestler? Well, before he retired, I would have said AJ Styles.
uh,
Currently, I mean, not in his current state. This applies only to his NXT UK and NXT when he was in NXT and NXT UK. But Pete Dunne, he's one of my favorites. But just the current thing he's got going on is yeah, not my thing. But yeah, those are two of my favorite like current guys. And Obafemi is shot at my like my
um,
favorites
I mean,
list.
you don't like Pete Dunne as Rilo?
Yeah, no, it's just not my cup of tea, you know. No, no.
I
I prefer him as the
look,
bruiserweight.
look. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't know it was damn Pete Dunne until people started saying it. I didn't notice the body type or anything of Pete. I said, "What the hell? This doesn't even look like Pete Dunne's body for real."
Yeah, like yeah, it's because obviously he's always wearing the like I forgot what they're called. But
But you can tell that it's Tyler Bate like by like a long mile. But Pete Dunne, if you're not really paying attention, you don't know it's Pete unless you're actually.
yeah, because obviously when he's wearing the bruiserweight attire, like he's wearing the thing that like it covers a lot of his body, so like it's hard to identify him from just body alone. But yeah,
My favorite, I'll go with I think he's been my favorite wrestling wise forever, and it's just because he don't wrestle a lot, and that's Gunther. Whenever he does wrestle, it's always something big or something really good normally. So Gunther has been my favorite for a while with wrestling wise. Hello, welcome to the stream. But go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. Guns up there as well for me as well. Excuse me. But yeah, night one was dreadful. Um, I mean, WrestleMania overall, I just it was more advertisement mania than WrestleMania, if I'm honest with you. Um,
Hey,
and
hey,
throughout
hey,
the mo
hey, don't worry. We're watching uh commercialize or commercialash tonight.
commercial Ash, yeah, you look so cool with the lip piercing. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. Or woman, whoever. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I also have the eyebrow piercing as well. This is actually new. Like I got this literally about a week and a half ago. So yeah, this is new.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Hey,
I've had
boy,
these for ages.
hey, people that have piercings, they're better than me. I don't. I can never pull it off. I can never. I just. I'm not that type. I'm not that type. I think it looks good on so many other people, but me, I
Mm.
look. I'm like, never in a million years am I going to have one. And I think the only way I'm ever going to have a tattoo is if it's about if it's the same way as like how AJ's was about his kids, probably. So
Yeah. Like it looks. It's the same thing with tattoos. Like they suit some people, and then some people it just doesn't suit them at all. Um, but yeah, yeah, with WrestleMania, just the amount of commercials and the amount of ads, it just took away so much of the show for me on both nights, but especially the first night. The only match that was really worth watching on the first night was Gunther and Seth. Like that was the only match that was really worth watching. Like if if you would ask me, should I watch any matches from night one? I would say Gunther and Seth, and that's about it. You could miss any other match on that
I
show.
I would fear to say Jacob and Drew as well. I did
Yeah, I'd
enjoy
say
that.
yeah. Okay, yeah. Jacob and Drew wasn't bad.
But
Yeah,
it's your typical WWE no sanction match. If you're expecting Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, please don't on that.
No, yeah. It's the fact that they made that match unsanctioned and then just made it just a fucking bare bones Extreme Rules match. Like you may as well have just made an Extreme Rules match and not an unsanctioned match because there's literally no difference. The Yeah, if you're gonna compare that unsanctioned match to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn's unsanctioned match, then it's 9 day. But yeah, it overall it's not a bad match. So okay, those two matches I would say are worth watching. Just the main event, it's just full of shenanigans, and stuff. Hopefully, when they face off next time, it'll be a whole lot better. Um, which I expect it would be. And night two was a whole lot better. Ladder match was really good. Obviously the main event was a banger. Uh, No, no, obviously, Ober and Brock, like for what it was booked, in my opinion, perfectly. Like that pretty much was how it went. Although what Brock did afterwards really did shock me because I never saw that coming, and apparently no one did. So yeah, that was quite something. And I don't remember what else was on that show. Fuck. Um,
I wanna ask you a couple of things coming out of that, so we can talk more than just backlash. A lot of people, some people are mixed with what Oba is doing with this open challenge. What do you think about that? I mean,
to be
I
honest,
know it's
I haven't really noticed what he's been doing. From what I could tell, he's just been basically just squashing jobbers with the open challenge. Like
well,
I know he's faced Otis. I know he's
yeah,
faced Otis.
that's it. He came out and said, "I'm the ruler now," and then next week he said, I think he might have had something to do with somebody, maybe or not, and said, "Look, Brock did an open challenge and blah 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 blah." He tried to justify why he's doing an open challenge. All they're doing is slow playing him getting to the title scene, which I understand that part, but eventually, when we get to the fifth week of this open challenge, I need to see someone that's worth a damn that comes out and tests Oba to like the limit, even if it's like a
Yeah,
return of Sheamus or somebody. Like I need to see Oba in the deep waters eventually because he don't need to be 3 minutes here, 4 minutes here, 2 minutes, something. Which look, the thing with Otis, it was a fun 2.5, 3 minutes. I won't lie, but I need to see him in the deep waters and everything before we might get to the King of the Ring, or if they're doing the King of the Ring. Um, so I don't know. And also, oh, what was I going to ask? There was another thing, but another thing hit my mind. We could have easily had Oscar and Io at WrestleMania. I don't understand why it's at
I
Backlash,
was going to
but
get on to that point when we was going to get on to Io and Oscar when we talked about the Backlash prediction. I was going to make that exact point. Why wasn't this on WrestleMania? Especially considering what they did after WrestleMania and released Kyrie Sane without a payoff. What I don't understand that to say. I could also talk about the entire releases because I have many things to say. Like especially with Kyrie saying like what the as a booker, like if I'm Triple H, and obviously TKO has given Triple H a budget and like an amount of people that he needs to get rid of, um, a quota, so to speak. It was like, okay, so this is the amount of money we need off the payroll. Work out who you need to release in order to fill that quota. If I'm going through that roster, I am not picking Kairi Sane, especially if she's integrated into a major storyline, which she was the main focal point of that storyline between Io and Asuka. Without Kairi, that feud is no longer the same.
exactly.
Kairi's who they were fighting over, for fuck's sake. So if you were going to release Kairi Sane after WrestleMania, just do the payoff at WrestleMania. So then we at least get the payoff before Kyrie's gone. Like I really don't understand why Triple H didn't choose to have that on WrestleMania if he was just going to release her. And not just Kyrie, but how do you go through your roster and decide that Aleister Black is not worth keeping?
Mhm.
I don't understand it. I mean, Aleister Black wasn't booked right in the year that he came back in WWE. Which I genuinely thought when he came back last year after WrestleMania, I thought Triple H was going to book him well. I thought he was going to go back to NXT House of Black, especially when he came back with the same theme music and the old entrance and everything. And then he got eventually got Selena Vega to go alongside him. Like I genuinely thought for a bit that he was actually going to get a big push and he was going to be like NXT Aleister Black, and we was going to see him competing for a mid card title or potentially a future world championship. Nah, didn't get any of that. He's just instead they kind of made him have a knockoff of Karrion Kross's gimmick with like fucking with people's like heads and shit, and it's just they dropped the ball massively on Aleister Black, and
I want you to imagine this. We have Kyrie and Io and Oscar. It was reportedly that Alistair was going to be. It was going to be Alistair and Randy at WrestleMania. With I guess you'd have Drew. I don't know where Jacob would even be a part, but supposedly you might have Jacob, Drew, and Cody in a triple threat for the title. And Alistair was going to be in this storyline where it got Randy to do the punt instead of Pat McAfee, which it would have been 100 times better because it would have made sense storyline to like imagine Randy comes out to celebrate with Cody and does the punt. I think I had rather seen that way better than what we got for night one.
exactly,
So
exactly. I think them replacing Aleister Black with Pat McAfee is ultimately, unfortunately, what got him fired, which is tragic.
well, and that part of him being replaced is not Triple H's fault. It was
No,
TKO.
that's TKO. That's TKO.
But uh, just imagine you could have had two people. Hello, welcome to the stream. You could have had two people doing storylines, active storylines getting fired. We had only one, but you could have potentially had a second one. That's just crazy to me.
Yeah, like that would have been the perfect storyline for someone like Aleister Black to be in, because him pushing Randy Orton to bring back the old Randy Orton and the you know the psycho Randy from like 2009, that Randy Orton, like to bring that back and punch Cody, that would have made a whole lot more sense than someone like Pat McAfee doing it, and it would have made things so much more impactful. Like you said, like Cody, Drew, Fatu, triple threat, um, and then Randy and Aleister Black, for example, opens night one. Like Randy and Aleister Black opens night one. Randy loses because there's a moment in the match where he would try and go for the punt kick. He backs out of it. Aleister Black capitalizes, hits Black Mass, beats Randy Orton, and yeah, it then goes on to the main event. Cody retains. Randy comes out to celebrate, hits him with the RKO to turn on him, and then hits him with the punt kick, and then like goes off the rails. Like that, it would have made so much sense and been so much more impactful than anything they did in
Like,
that WrestleMania build with Pat McAfee and all that stuff.
I hope Triple H has looked at these last 2 years going into WrestleMania. Danhausen is he is very funny. I will say that, very hilarious. Um, Based on what they've done going into WrestleMania, he needs to realize maybe let's hold off on the heel turn until like at WrestleMania. The last 2 years is like John Cena's was great. I'm not even mad at that one, but imagine we get that Cena and the way Cena did Cody. Imagine we did get that at the end of WrestleMania night two. It's like, oh, holy shit.
Yeah, like imagine if Cena turned heel on WrestleMania against Cody to win his 17th World Championship instead of getting all that shit with Travis Scott. Like both nights, like night two of last year and night one of this year, the main events could have been done so much better if they just went a different avenue,
And
which we all would have done if we were in that position. Which, yeah,
yeah. I feel I said this on my review. I think I've said this even before, like maybe even the predictions. I feel bad for Cody because it's like he's got to try to do this and this, and it's like they're just messing up his storylines with either something stupid or whatever. But
celebrities and stuff like that. Yeah, I do feel bad for him. Like his storylines, WrestleMania wise, could have been so much better in the last couple of years if they just went down a different route instead of going for the let's get these celebrities in these main event WrestleMania storylines. Travis Scott, the likes of Travis Scott and Pat McAfee should be nowhere near a WrestleMania main event storyline or Jelly Roll or anyone like that for that matter.
oh well, we might be seeing one of them tonight.
Eh, yeah.
uh,
So yeah, it's just unfortunate with Cody, but that's why I think they went the avenue they did after the match with Randy giving him the punt kick after the match at WrestleMania. They're literally, and the reason why they had Cody retain, it's just so they could fucking redo the feud again after WrestleMania as like a reset. It's just like, all right, this happened. Now forget everything that happened before WrestleMania. This is now going to be the feud completely resetted, how it should have happened the first time round.
Now, I do think Randy Orton's back or whatever. I think he is actually hurt at the moment
Mm.
because he hasn't been on television since WrestleMania. So and I don't trust me. I do not watch the god awful show on Friday. Luckily, I'm at work because what they did last night, I'm thinking, who the fuck is writing this shit? We had look. I want you to realize this. Half of this show last night on SmackDown was about the fucking gingerbread man. I'm not even lying to you. I always look through their clips or tweets just to see what they've said or what's done. I'm like, holy shit! All I see is gingerbread man, gingerbread. They started off the show and ended the show with it. And how
Fucking
the hell is this supposed to benefit Sami Zayn and Trick Williams in a storyline? It doesn't. Oh my gosh, it is so bad. Whoever is on SmackDown needed to be with the budget cuts, with the departures and releases, because this show is very bad, very bad. Like I'm so
yeah.
glad I only watch Mondays because it is at least tolerable to watch it. Excuse me, to watch it. Oh my gosh, Fridays! I'm so glad I'm not really normally off work or anything. Oh my gosh, it is such a. I just see clips and I'm thinking, why would anyone buy a ticket to this show for a SmackDown? If you notice, the last SmackDown I went to was a while back. It was like early last year, maybe, and it was because the tickets were cheap. And I know cheap doesn't really happen that much, but that's how bad SmackDown is. So, um, I don't know, man. I don't know.
And also with the releases, it is such a shame that like all of the Wyatt Sigs got released. Like they another thing they've majorly dropped the ball on. Like I I think it's a really big shame for Bray Wyatt's memory that they've just been cast aside and just like, yep, yeah, you know, we've gotten as much out of you as we could possibly get. You're gone. Instead of actually putting effort into them as a group and as a faction. Like there was moments when they were first formed and they gave a shit about them booking wise for like their first month, and then they just was just like, yeah, let's just have you feud with these random teams and random people for no reason, and then just did nothing with them. They kind of just did to them what they did with the Wyatt family, like except even worse. It's just a really big shame. Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
I talked about the releases on a live stream that I did probably like 6 days ago because I waited because I felt like there was going to be a second. Um, I don't really know how you these pay cuts they're asking them to take while we're hearing, oh, Errol made 67 point something million. I'm thinking, huh? And you're asking these wrestlers to take a damn pay cut, which is wild to me. While WWE is making more money than UFC is by far. Well, not by far, but a little bit more than UFC with the quarter one earnings. And I'm thinking those earnings to me are just going to be a little bit more in the second and the third because you're gonna have SummerSlam coming up, Money in the Bank, which I can't wait to go to Money in the Bank. I'm excited for Money in the Bank.
Speaking
So
of the pay cuts, that brings me on to the New Day. Look, how are we gonna offer these two guys a new contract back in 2025, which you offered them the money that you offered them, and they signed, committed to that deal. You are the ones who gave them that deal and was like, "Yep, we'll pay you this money." Only for you to then turn around and say, "Oh no, I'm sorry, no, that money that we promised you, yeah, no, we're gonna need you to take a pay cut." What? Yeah, that makes no sense to me, and that is so disrespectful to Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. And I don't blame them for being like, "No, fuck you. You offered us this money. You can't just turn around and go, oh no, no, now we can't give you this money. Now you need to take a much lower wage. Nah, I don't blame them for being like, no, no, look, we know our worth. We worked hard for this.
Mhm.
Like, no, we're done. Bye. Like, no, I don't blame them whatsoever for walking out. Because that is just huge disrespect from them. After not giving them the best booking after the heel turn, because it was clear when they first turned Kofi and Xavier heel, they did it with the intention of and the hope that Big E was going to return to in-ring competition at some point and they could do something there. And then when Big E announced that he was never going to come back to the ring and that he retired, they just sort of had nothing to really do with the New Day as heels. They just kind of just had them win the titles, do nothing with them, lose the titles, and do nothing with their heel accents. So again, I just find it funny how they expect those guys to take a pay cut, but nah, like they can get away with booking them like shit and they get paid the money they're on, no issues whatsoever. I find that hilarious. So no, I don't blame Kofi and Xavier for having enough and being like, well, if this is how you show, if this is how you treat people who have been loyal to this company for over a decade. For Kofi Kingston, I think nearly 2 decades, or in fact 2 decades, right? I think he signed
Yeah.
in WWE for like
Mhm.
2006, right? So yeah, 2 decades Kofi Kingston has been there, and that's how he gets treated. Gets told to take a pay cut. I don't blame him whatsoever, or Xavier for that matter. And I hope wherever they go, whether it's AEW or TNA, wherever they go, I hope they kill it. I hope they absolutely destroy it. And it's not just the New Day. I think WWE has something against tag team wrestling now at this point because what is their tag team division? Their tag team division is dead. Dead. The New Day gone. Motor City Machine Guns gone. The Wyatt Six gone. Like, and they still have two tag team titles. At this point, you have such minimal of a division, a tag team division. You may as well merge the titles and have just one tag team titles. You don't have enough tag teams to be able to have two tag team titles at this point.
I
Like,
honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I do think they're going to go to one tag team titles soon.
they need to. They don't have enough tag teams. Like, what is their tag team division? They have MFT, which, I mean, is barely a tag team at this point. The Street Profits, R-Truth and Damian Priest, well, The Miz and Kit Wilson, the Usos. Am I missing anyone? I genuinely don't think I am.
Well, no,
Um,
the Creed brothers, if they actually put them as and allow them to be the good tag team that we know they can be, they're really good. But you wouldn't know because they haven't been on the show. I thought they were going to be a part of the damn budget cuts.
yeah. And obviously they did have DIY, but they let Tommaso Ciampa go. So now Gargano's on his own. So yeah, like honestly, I don't know what WWE has against tag team wrestling at this point because their tag team division, I honestly, it's the worst it's ever been in WWE, in my opinion. The tag team division is a shambles at the minute. It really is. And you compare WWE's tag team division to AEW's tag team division. It's like night and day. And AEW may be about to have Motor City Machine Guns and New Day on top of the tag teams they already have.
I
Like,
I hope they actually do because I don't know. I just hope they really do because I I might not be. I mean, I enjoy tag team wrestling, especially when it's very good. Um, at one point, I mean, I don't know. It's just a shame where it's went.
yeah. And also, they have a potential tag team they could use if they were to actually unify them, and that's the Lucha Brothers. There's literally a world class tag team right there for them to use, but no, they're just keeping them separate. Which I understand. Like Penta is a star and all that, and he is a credible singles guy to use in the mid card and stuff. If you were to unify them as a tag team, you could easily like do a very good long term feud, potentially next WrestleMania. The Lucha Brothers versus the Usos for the tag team titles. Like it's right there. That could be an amazing tag team feud. So yeah, just I need to get it out there that yeah, their tag team division is an absolute like shambles at the minute. They really need to unify the tag team titles because the tag team division was already struggling with two belts as it was before the budget cuts, but now after the budget cuts, it's pretty much going to be impossible to have a strong enough division for two sets of tag team titles. It really is.
Yeah, I just yeah, I mean, I can't really say anything else that you didn't say. It's just let's pray and hope they finally somehow they just add something to the tag team division that's just something.
I
um
mean, yeah, when R-Truth and Damian Priest are one of the tag team champions, then you know the tag team division is in a bad place. anyway, anyway, should
yes.
we should we get on to Backlash?
Yeah, we can go to Backlash. Um I think the first hour is on ESPN2. So for anyone that don't plan on getting the ESPN Plus for tonight or don't have it, you'll be able to see Trick Williams against Sami Zayn, um, with the United States Championship on the line and the Gingerbread Man on the line. Not really, but I just added that in. Might as well have the gingerbread thing
May
hang.
as well.
Might as well have it hanging with the title and just have a ladder match for the Gingerbread Man and the United States Championship. And then Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. So they're going. I like what they're doing with the two matches on ESPN too. But I'm not going to go in that order though. I'm going to go with The Miz and Kit Wilson versus Danhausen and TBD to be announced or whatever TBD means. But to be
To be
honest, it's
determined.
oh yeah. Well, I'm glad you know. I just it didn't really hit me, but um, this equals out to a Danhausen win by far. Who you think his tag team partner will be though?
That's a good question. I genuinely don't know. Um,
Um,
yeah, no, I genuinely don't know because I haven't really been paying attention to this feud or anyone that Danhausen might have like interacted with. So I genuinely don't have a clue who this could be. Because
hello,
this could be
hello.
anyone. This could
Right.
be this could be a comedic tag team partner. It could be Jelly Roll. It could be Jelly Roll. It could be Jelly Roll.
Well, yeah.
Uh,
I think it's Jelly Roll or Punk because I think Punk is going to make his way to SmackDown. That's the feeling I have because he's just been in this limbo of not really showing up on shows and taking like a little break with his wife, which they probably went and did like a vacation or something because he's deserved it because he's. But I mean, you're telling me most of the time I would have said Punk for like a majority of like the last couple of weeks. I would have said Punk easily, but then this Jelly Roll thing came out. I'm gonna go with Punk. I'm gonna go with a safer route because Jelly Roll did say, "Hey, to Pat, me and you need to not be in this stuff." So yeah, oh yeah, he did do that. He did do that. But I'll go with Downhausen and his tag team partner for the win. No, I think this
yeah,
equals out to them winning.
yeah. No matter who it is, Danhausen's gonna win. There's no way he's gonna lose this match. So yeah, Danhausen and his partner will win. Probably Punk or maybe Jelly Roll. I hope it's Punk. Although it'd be weird seeing Danhausen and Punk team up with each other. Um, but yeah, no, I could definitely see it though. So yeah, I'll go Jelly. Not Jelly. Oh fucking hell. I'll go Danhausen and his partner to win.
Oh well, Jelly Rolls confirmed. You done already messed it up. Done messed it up already. We'll go to the United States Championship match. Trick Williams defends against Sami Zayn. Um, I if they're teetering and he's obviously the heel, but I don't think they've really came out. I don't think he's really done the most heelish thing yet. And I'm going to go probably with an unpopular opinion here. I think we're already going to get a title change back to Sami Zayn.
Oh no.
Now listen, when I say this, it should have happened at WrestleMania. This is what should have happened. Sami Zayn should have turned heel in a bad way. I think he's going to win by cheating. And it's going to officially make him all the way the heel. So, with him doing that, he cannot lose to Trick Williams 2 straight times. He just cannot. So, I'm going to go with Sami Zayn for the win.
I think Carmelo Hayes gets involved in the smash and cost trick. That's a shout. That is
Well,
a shout.
and I would say that would be correct, but where the hell has Melo been on these damn SmackDowns?
To be honest, after WrestleMania and the fact he wasn't involved in a WrestleMania match, I'm surprised he wasn't one of the budget cuts.
Okay, well, I hope there's no way that Melo should ever be in the budget cuts with how
No.
good he is. There's never nobody. But yeah, I'm going to go with the unpopular opinion, and I'm going to go with Sami Zayn to be the United States champion again.
Hmm. See, what you're saying does make sense. It does make sense. So
Because
I'm
because
inclined to agree with you.
my question is, what the hell does Sami Zayn do if he loses? He can't go for another match against Trick with losing. So
Hmm. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you, but I don't want it to be right because I want Trick Williams to still hold on to the belt.
they
But I
did.
don't see any other way it works.
They really did this just backwards, just like old WWE fashion. They did it
Yep.
backwards.
They, like you said, this should have happened at WrestleMania. They should have had Sami Zayn retain at WrestleMania by turning heel, do the rematch at Backlash, and then Trick win here. Unless they're having Sami win the belt back, turning heel, and then building this onto, I don't know, SummerSlam. I don't know. Um,
We, well, with what they might do, maybe Trick goes away for like a couple of weeks or something to where it extends to SummerSlam, and maybe Camille, oh, maybe Mello gets involved during that time, and maybe we get a triple threat at SummerSlam, and it makes it very
yeah.
unpredictable.
I do think Melo should get involved in this feud at some point. Whether it be tonight, who knows? But I do think he does get involved at some point. I think he has to. Um, yeah, fuck it. I'm going to agree with you, and I'm going to go with Sami Zayn to win the belt back by turning heel and cheating to win. Yeah, I agree with that.
Um, a match that should have been at WrestleMania, but we're getting it here tonight. Io Sky versus Asuka. Um, I know some people's excuse me. I know some people's excitement level has went down because of Kyrie being released and everything, and I understand that. Mine certainly hasn't. Um, because I think this is going to be a fantastic match between Oscar and Io. And if they give them at least 12 minutes, like we need 12 minutes of this at least. We don't need this 8-minute bullshit matches, okay? I need at least 12 minutes here between them. Honestly, probably 15. I mean, we only got 5 matches. I think minus the Miz and Kit Wilson match, these other 4 matches should probably have at least 12 minutes and above. So
I agree. Since last night ended with Sammy getting beat up, Trick and Yachty standing tall, I think Trick loses. Yeah, it's the classic WWE booking. Whoever is standing tall at the go home show, guess what? You're losing on the pay-per-view. So yeah, that you are probably right there. But yeah, with Io and Oscar again, this should have happened at WrestleMania. No excuse why this couldn't have happened at WrestleMania. Even if it led to a shortened match at WrestleMania, I would have taken it. Like, just I don't understand why they couldn't have at least given us a payoff with Kyrie. But hey ho. Um,
I
yeah,
and I there is reports where they might bring her back for this one night, which if they do, I'll be fine with it. If she wants to do it because Io and Oscar are her really good friends, I understand that point. If she says "fuck you," I'm not doing it. I'm actually glad that she's doing it as well too.
yeah.
Either way, I'm glad if she's there or not there. I just don't see her becoming an R Truth where they bring her back for sure. I would love to see her back because I think she was gaining momentum too. That's the thing that like
She was getting really popular with the fan base. Like this storyline and her gaining sympathy from obviously her abuse by Oscar. Like it was really getting her a lot of sympathy from the audience. It was getting her over as a future babyface. Like honestly, if the day she would have turned face against Oscar, it would have gotten her so over. Like it's such a missed opportunity. But yeah, I hope they don't bring it back for this one night because if they do, then it'll just be a case of yeah. I mean, sure, it'll have somewhat of a payoff, but it'll just be overshadowed by people going, "Oh, you brought Kyrie Sane back for this one night. Now we want her back permanently. Like bring back Kyrie permanently." And then when they don't, it's then going to cause even more of a reaction online. That's just like you brought it back for this one night, but you couldn't bring it back permanently. Blah 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 blah. So yeah, no. If they're gonna bring her back permanently. If you're not gonna do that, just leave her be. I don't see the point in bringing her back for just one night and then bye. Um. So no. I am excited for Io and Oscar anyway, just because they're two of my favorite women's wrestlers, and this is a match I've been wanting to see one on one for a long time, and this is going to be a really great match if they give it the time. And they actually allow them both to go all out and just put on a banger of a match. In terms of the outcome, I don't see anything else other than maybe an EO win. I that's just what makes sense to me. Because without the whole Kyrie incident, why does Asuka need to win? Why? For what reason? Like unless they were planning on pushing Asuka to a championship opportunity, aside from that, I don't see a reason to give Oscar the win. So I say just give EO the win. So yeah, I gonna go with EO to win.
yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing and have Io. I don't think there's no reason for Oscar even to win this one, honestly. So I think Io should win no matter who is even in the storyline, not there anymore. I think this is a easy Io win, in my opinion. Io has lost her five last her last lost her last five singles matches.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, surely EO wins then, because
Yeah, that
she can't lose six in a row. That'd be crazy.
that is wild. Um, the other match that is going to be on ESPN2, Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. I am ready for this one if they give it the time because we know Seth is. You might not like the character, what Seth is doing, which that is completely understandable because he's in right now where I call limbo mode. I don't know what the hell he's supposed to be character wise at the moment. He just coming out and dressed in all black. I'm like, are you going to a funeral or are we here at a WWE show? I don't really know which one he's trying to go for. Um, I mean, I know which one he's trying to go for. It looks like he's at a funeral. But wrestling wise, we know Seth is one of the best. Braun has gotten better. This is Braun's first match back, and I feel like both men need this win actually.
Yeah,
So,
it's weird.
so,
It is
so,
weird, isn't it?
so I'm actually conflicted on who I want to win here, or who I think is going to win. More toward me, I lean more towards Braun, but I'm like, Seth just lost to Gunther because of Braun, so it's like, doesn't it make sense for Seth to win here and get his like little mini revenge?
Do you think the
Into the
match ends in a DQ? Potentially, but I hope not. I want
No,
someone to win.
no, 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 no. We are not back in this Vince McMahon era where we got PLE pay per view matches, whatever you want to call it, that ends in a no DQ or ends in a DQ. I mean, we do not need any endings with that. I want a winner. I need a winner, even if it comes clean or dirty. I need a winner. Um,
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I'm also conflicted. Like you said, both men arguably need this win. Because yeah, Braun it's his first match back from his injury, so he needs a big win. But so does Seth, because he just lost at WrestleMania against Gunther because of Braun. So it's like, who needs this win more?
um, I'm gonna go. Because I think there's gonna be more than. Excuse me. I think there's gonna be more than one Seth and Braun match. So
I agree.
I'm gonna go with Braun to win match one.
Yeah, I think this feud is going to stretch all the way to SummerSlam. Easily,
But
easily.
yeah,
It's if not further. I can see this being a case of this stretches all the way to Survivor Series, War Games, where they eventually do a team Seth Rollins versus a team Braun, like Braun and Division versus Seth and a team of his own. I could see that happening easily in the future. So this could stretch all the way to Survivor Series. Street Profits get involved and Seth wins. Maybe. But yeah,
or it might
either
be the
way,
other way, or it might be the other way around.
it might be the other way. Yeah, but either way, this definitely won't be the only match they have. There will be more matches between these two, whether it's singles matches or multi-man matches. There's going to be more to this. So I'm going to agree with you. I think Braun will win the first match because it just gives Seth more of a need to continue to go after Braun and pursue his goal of killing the Vision. So yeah, no, I think Braun Breaker will win the first match.
Okay. The main event, we have Roman Reigns defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Jacob Fatu. What have you, the stuff that you have seen? What do you think of this mini feud, as I would like to call it? Because I don't know how long it's going. It might go longer than past Backlash. I don't know, depending on what happens. What have you thought about this so far?
I like it because it's very fresh. Because obviously this is a completely new feud for Roman. This is someone he's never feuded with before. So this is completely fresh for Roman because something I was afraid of, especially when Roman won the title. I was afraid he was going to end up just feuding with some of the same people he feuded with before in his last title reign, the really, really, really long one. I thought it was just gonna be a case of, oh, he's just going to revisit old feuds, old rivalries, and it's just gonna be the same shit. But no, he's actually straight away feuding with someone new, and you know. this is a really big feud for Jacob Fatu as well. So, and they have history because obviously the whole stuff with the bloodline before. So, yeah, I really like the dynamic in this feud. And I'm actually really excited for the match because I think it's going to be really good. Um, in terms of who I predict is going to win, I just for me, unfortunately, this is an easy one to predict. It's Roman's winning. I don't see Jacob Fatu shocking the world here and beating Roman. I just don't see it. Would it be a really awesome shock? Yeah, absolutely. And if you want to have Jacob Fatu come off as a real threat and someone who could be a mainstay in the main event scene, have him beat Roman here and boom, made man for life, arguably. But no, I don't see it. I think he'll look good in this match. Absolutely. I think he'll look good. I think Roman will sell his ass off for Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu will get a lot of his stuff in, get a lot of near falls off Roman, and make it really feel like, oh my god, he's on the cusp of beating Roman here. But Roman will find a way to win. And yeah, it'll be a great match, but yeah, I think Roman will retain easily, in my opinion.
Well, last night I saw on my timeline, like right before I was going to bed, of where they had EO beat Rhea right before WrestleMania, and right how it was a shock and everything like that. I think we need more booking like that from Triple H. I want to be damn surprised or shocked a lot more than what I am. It's very predictable for him.
Since recently
Uh,
Roman was removed from the European shows, I picked Jacob Fatu. Maybe Jacob was on the phone with Zilla. Maybe, but I don't. Roman being removed from the European shows, I wouldn't read too much into that because Roman's part time anyway. Roman's part time anyway. Just because he's removed for some shows doesn't mean he's going to drop the title. You know, he's very part time, so it's a case of he's not going to be on many shows anyway. So I wouldn't read too much into that personally. But hey, you may have a point to it, but I personally wouldn't read too much into that.
well, and I would love for them to do that hot shot booking
Mm.
where it's just out of nowhere and Jacob shocks all of us and wins. And if I'm personally booking this, I'm having Jacob win tonight and everything. If I'm booking it, because this just seems very predictable. And if you have something that goes unpredictable, it's like, oh shit, let's see where it goes.
Mm.
Like something that's like new, fresh. Um, and I know most people will say, man, there's no way Roman should lose this when he just beat Punk at WrestleMania, had all that great match and everything like that. I understand that point of view as well. And with that being said, I think because of that point of view, I don't think they're going to give it to Jacob already. Now, I will say this: Roman is supposed to be at the Clash of Italy show. He is a his apparent. He's supposed to be there for that. I think the Usos are going to side with Jacob here. After the match, though, I think we are going to have something unexpected happen after the match, though. I say that Roman beats Jacob, and then the Usos come out when Jacob's beating them down, like, "Whoa, what are you doing? Like you lost and everything." And then I think the Usos are going to side with Jacob because if you've noticed the last couple of weeks, if you've been watching Raw, you don't even have to watch SmackDown. That's an awful show. But if you watch Raw and everything, they're never at Roman's side when Jacob is doing the vice grip to him or when he put him through the damn table last week or on Monday. And I'm
I
thinking,
have noticed that. It's like anytime Jacob Fatu is like beating up Roman, you'd expect the Usos to come out and help him, but they don't ever do. They're just like, nah, you're on your own, Oos.
yeah, even Jay said, "Oh yeah, we're here to make sure nothing pops off with with Jacob and Roman," and then they're not even fucking out there or
Yeah,
coming or coming or
yeah,
coming
if
out
I'm
for the
Roman,
race.
yeah, if I'm Roman, as soon as I'm back in back in there, I'm there just like, where the fuck were you? Where the fuck were you? You said you were
Yeah,
gonna be there in case anything happens, and something happens, and you're nowhere to be seen.
so I'm thinking, and if you notice, I don't know if they did it the week before, but on Monday they had these. I know they've worn them before, but it's just ironic they're wearing them kind of close to Backlash. They're wearing those jerseys, the same thing that Jacob does.
Mm.
So it,
See, the big play they could do here, the big play they could do here is them have Jacob Fatu win the title with the Usos turning heel. That's the big play they could do here. That would turn everything completely on its head.
I and I'm hoping they do that. I just don't see Triple H doing something like that.
No. Roman also haven't managed to stand tall last 2 weeks against Jacob Fatu. But as we've established before, the person that is always beaten down in the weekly shows normally does end up winning in the pay per view anyway, or PLE or whatever. So I think Roman not having stood tall against Jacob Fatu is actually looking bad for Jacob Fatu, if anything. But then again, they did go against that with Brock and Oba, because Oba always stood tall against Brock, and he ended up beating Brock anyway at WrestleMania. So I guess it's not always that case, but
Yeah, yeah,
most times it
with
is.
Triple H, it's not always that. That's not always the case. I mean, I know that's like wrestling knowledge that we have that it's supposed to be like that, or it feels like that a lot often. But with Triple H, that's one of the things that he's unpredictable with. It's not always like that. It's not as
Mm,
bad as it was with Vince. It's like when we
no,
saw
God no.
someone stand tall, we're like, oh fuck, they ain't winning at the next show.
Yeah,
We
no.
already knew that.
It's like when it's like the unwritten rule of, say if someone's challenging for a championship right before the PLE or the pay-per-view, and they beat up the champion on the go home show, and then they lift the title up. It's just like, you just curse yourself. You never lift the title before the PLE or the pay-per-view right before it, because you're just gonna lose. It's the same thing with the Money in the Bank. When, for example, in the go home show before Money in the Bank, all the guys in the match have a brawl, and then one guy stood tall. He goes up a ladder that is conveniently around, and then the Money in the Bank's standing up there, and then they grab it as like this is what I'm going to do at Money in the Bank. It's just like, yeah, well done, mate. That's the only time you're going to do that, because you ain't doing that at Money in the Bank. You just cursed yourself. Like, yeah, it's just stuff like that. But yeah, no, to be fair, Triple H has been a lot less
Yeah,
consistent with that. So yeah,
yeah.
who knows? Who knows?
So
But
my
yeah,
my official prediction is Roman's going to win, and then Jacob's going to beat him down, and I think the Usos are going to side with Jacob, and it's just going to be a full beat down of Roman, and Roman's going to be by himself, and we're going to see
I
Roman.
yeah,
We're going to see
I
Roman
do.
by himself like he should be. I
Yeah,
want him to be by himself and feel
yeah.
that
He doesn't
loneliness.
need the Usos. He doesn't need the Usos. Like, I mean, you could arguably say Jacob Fatu doesn't need the Usos either, but Jacob Fatu and the Usos could be a nice like combination. Because I don't know. It's something new and fresh rather than the same old bloodline stuff that we've had before with Roman and the Usos. It's just like we've had that for fucking 4, 5, 6 years. Like, just give it a break. So yeah, I hope the Usos turn heel, and also another reason why I hope the Usos turn heel. No more yeet. We can finally get rid of that gimmick.
Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. I can't be mad at the Yeet. The Yeet Man got me 1.4 thousand views on a short and 46 likes, so I can't be mad at the Yeet Man. Any LA Knight involvement, I remember he clearly told the Usos he has a serious problem with the bloodline reforming. I I could potentially see it, but I'd hold him off until after Backlash to get involved.
Mm.
So,
But yeah, it's
um,
like the big play they could do here is having Jacob Fatu win the belt and the Usos turn heel at the same time. But I don't think they're going to do that. I
now,
don't think they have the balls to do that. I
now,
think that I think it's going to be one or the other.
now, if Triple H does have the cojones to actually turn them heel and have Jacob win, we might. I hope we're seeing a different booking out of him because that would be. I would actually like that. That's what I would do if I
It
was
would be
booking
the
it. Is it's just
it would
something
be the boldest book. It would be the boldest booking decision I've seen WWE do in a long time if they were to do that. Because the landscape of the WWE would change completely if that in that one fell swoop of Jacob Fatu beating Roman and the Usos turning heel. Like that would be cinema. That'll be scenes. But no, I think we'll get one of them. I think we'll get the Usos turning heel, but no, I think Roman will retain.
now. I'm not going. I don't know. They might do a rematch at Clash of Italy, but the thing
Hmm.
that doesn't make sense to me is we're gonna have four title matches at Clash of Italy because I'm pretty sure what they signed last night was Gunther and Cody at Clash of Italy too.
Hmm.
So we're going. I think we're getting a title change somewhere down the road at Italy. I don't think they're going to wait till SummerSlam.
I mean, who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know,
But
but
yeah,
but
we'll see what happens.
that's our predictions. I do hope Jacob actually wins. I want something shocking. I don't want the same predictable. Oh, Roman's going to win. I want something bold. I want something bold, and I feel like this would be just something bold, man. Something just out of the ordinary. So I hope it happens.
You
But
know
we'll
what it would remind me of? But in a good way. Like this would be much better. But you remember when Jinder Mahal beat Randy Orton to win the WWE Championship out of complete nowhere? It'd be like that, but
well, hey, hey, wait,
much better.
hey, it did happen at Backlash.
Exactly. It did happen in Backlash. So, hey, this would be the first time a complete shock has happened on Backlash before. So, I mean, who knows? Who knows? If Jinder Mahal could beat Randy Orton to win the WWE Championship, then Jacob Fatu could beat Roman Reigns.
And now you know I love my bold takes, but I can't even do that bold take of having Jacob win. I just don't feel like Triple H is going to pull the trigger, man.
No.
I don't think
Hey, we'll
so.
see though. We'll see. I just know if it does happen, just the timeline's gonna go crazy.
I can't wait to do my review tonight, and that's what I'm going to say. Review tonight after Backlash. It's going to be way earlier because it starts at 6, which is about 5 hours from now. So yeah, um, but I don't think we have anything
No,
else
I
to
think
talk
that's it.
about. No, I
No,
don't
I
think
think
so.
that's it.
But every year at Backlash, someone new debuts. I don't, I don't, I don't see anyone debuting at Backlash. I mean, we 2 years ago we did have the great now released Tonga Loa. We had Tonga Loa 2 years ago. You know what's ironic about him? He came
But
in and debuted and botched, and on his last SmackDown, he fucking fell off the announce table. It's kind of ironic that he botched on his way out.
botched on his way in, botched on his way out. Consistent.
I mean, boy, that's just boy. Okay, I ain't going to get into that anymore. But boy, the way he botched in and botched out. Yeah, Jeff Cobb should have been more than MFT. He's a great wrestler, but they didn't showcase him.
No,
He,
he deserved better.
he'll be in AEW in about 80 semi days now.
Yep.
Probably,
Which, yeah.
probably in the Mick Carter or Don Callis family. I've heard so many people joke around about that. So I wanted to
Yeah,
say,
anyone in the big card, yeah, you and the Dog Palace family, just get over there.
um, but if anyone watching on demand or live, if you want to hit that like button, appreciate you if you haven't already. Um, let's see, review is going to be tonight. Probably at least 45 minutes after the show because I won't be at home, so I'll be coming home after the show. Anything else I'm trying to think of? This next week, either on Tuesday or Wednesday, you're going to see a vlog from me from where I go to Raw. I'm going to Raw this Monday, so in Knoxville. So,
I hope you have a good show.
well, I'm getting to see the OTC again come out in the main event as a main event segment probably.
Well,
Hey,
I mean, at least you ain't going to SmackDown.
I I want to say something. Have you noticed on Raw they've been doing main event segments instead of just a main event match?
A main event match? Yeah, I have, yeah.
I'm thinking when I hear main event, I'm thinking match, not segment.
Not a segment, yeah.
But
Like, I've heard of an opening segment, but not a main event segment.
now listen to this, and I'm gonna do a video about it this weekend. But quickly, I had my wife buy these tickets on 316 day where they had 31.6% off, right? Why are the tickets cheaper now than what it was on 31.6% day?
Oh my gosh.
We could, you know what? I'm not even going to get into it. I could legit wait. I could have waited till the day of the show and probably got floor ticket, like, because there's still floor tickets. I could probably get floor tickets for way cheaper than what there normally is. Oh my god, I'm so mad. So mad. It's cheaper. I'm like, dog, we should have just waited, but it's whatever. Okay, we're gonna get out here. I gotta do some stuff before Backlash. We got 5 hours till the show. You need to sleep, so we're gonna do that. I hope you guys have a great day and enjoy Backlash. And hey, I'll be on here tonight after the show doing a review. So hope you guys catch that. And that's it. Have a great Saturday evening, night, wherever, whatever time it is. Peace out, y'all.
Take care.